Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, December 27th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you.
Omicron, this contagious dominant strain, has indeed taken hold here, unfortunately.
Statewide, cases of coronavirus have soared to more than 125,000, compared to just 29,000 cases last week. Flagler County Health Officer Bob Snyder puts that in perspective for us locally.
For Flagler, last week, 79 cases reported. This week, 172. So we went from 11 per day to 24 per day.
While Omicron is more contagious, it appears to cause less severe symptoms compared to the Delta variant. But experts say that may be because the vast majority of residents have either had COVID, are vaccinated, or both. Dr. Stephen Bickle is Flagler County's medical director.
There is not compelling evidence at this point that Omicron in an unvaccinated, not previously infected patient is going to give you a milder course of illness. Unequivocally, in the population we have now, which mostly consists of vaccinated or previously infected people, the course of illness with Omicron is milder. I fully expect to see quite a disparity between case rates and hospitalization rates over the next month or two. If you are unvaccinated and have never been infected, you should not draw the conclusion that you don't have to worry about Omicron. The evidence for that is just not that strong.
COVID-19 testing and vaccination is happening this week at the Flagler Executive Airport site. Check out flagler.floridahealth.gov for dates and times. When you take a snapshot of 2021 in terms of the economy, it was a far better year than the 18 months that preceded it. Amy Cherry reports.
Greg Blase, president and CEO of the Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce, called it a year of recovery for small businesses.
The data suggests that we're moving in the right direction here in Flagler County. The unemployment rate is down to 4.1%. When you look at what that was a year ago, it was 5.9%. So we're down 1.8% November to November numbers.
In addition to stronger numbers, Blase touts the number of exciting projects underway in the county.
JU, UNF, Boston Whaler returns, Flagler Health Plus buys land, and they're announcing they're going to build a hospital here. Advent Health is in the middle of building a second hospital here. Florida Power and Light does a solar farm, and Charter comes in. Charter Communications extends broadband westward in Flagler County. MetroNet just announced a $50 million investment, and we have Ground Up coming in, which is that new Classic Cars Auto Parts company.
Blase is positive on the outlook for 2022 despite the Omicron variant surging nationwide. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
A traffic stop ends up with a driver facing multiple charges. Rich Petchke has more.
It happened last Wednesday when the Flagler County Sheriff's Office was notified to be on the lookout for a stolen car out of Volusia County that may be on US 1. Deputies pulled the driver over near Commerce Boulevard, and Sheriff Rick Staley says they confirmed the vehicle was stolen after contacting its owner.
Deputies conducted a felony stop, arresting the driver for grand theft auto and also possession of cocaine and other drugs. Hopefully this individual will learn his lesson for the holiday.
Staley says the suspect is now being charged with introduction of contraband, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and grand theft of a motor vehicle. The suspect was booked into jail on a $4,000 bond. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Now that Christmas is over, it's time to start thinking about recycling your Christmas tree. Karen Johnson has details.
You'll want to mark your calendars now for the Palm Coast holiday tradition that preserves the environment and beautifies the city, the annual Christmas tree recycling event on Saturday, January 8th. When you recycle your tree, you'll also get something in return. Palm Coast Urban Forester Carol Minnie.
In exchange for that tree, we will provide them with a 3-gallon evergreen tree or shrub. And also along with that service, we're offering free paper shredding as well. It's just a great opportunity for us to twofold, really, keeping items out of the landfill and then allowing us to recycle them and utilize them in our parks. This way it helps to reduce the money that we spend on mulch
All trees donated for recycling will be ground and used as mulch to beautify the parks and trails across Palm Coast. Residents should remove all decorations, lights, tinsel, and ornaments from trees prior to donation. The event will be from 8 in the morning to 1 o'clock at the Palm Coast Fuel Depot, 22 Utility Drive. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
It's been a busy year at the Flagler Humane Society, so what's it like when there's only Dr. Carlos to care for all of the animals?
Dr. Carlos says he goes from one thing to the next.
I'm working on one while they're prepping the other. I just got to go from one table to the next.
He said that the animals that he works on could be somebody's pet or a stray or an animal rescued from an abusive situation. You can listen to Speaking of Animals on Saturday mornings at 8 here on WNZF. Tomorrow, Dr. Carlos discusses a disease you do not want your pet to get. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.